Sex education is a critical component of public health that has often been overlooked or misrepresented in many societies. From a medical perspective, comprehensive sex education serves as a foundational tool to empower individuals with knowledge about their bodies, reproductive health, relationships, and the responsibilities that come with sexual intimacy. This discourse is not merely about the act of sex, it encompasses a broader understanding of human sexuality, emotional aspects of relationships, consent, respect, interpersonal dynamics, gender identity, sexual orientation, sexually transmitted infections, and the importance of healthy reproductive practices. To begin with, it is vital to recognize the biological aspects of sex education. Understanding human anatomy and physiology is fundamental for anyone engaging in sexual activity. Knowledge about reproductive systems, how they function, their purpose, and potential health issues, is essential. This includes awareness of menstruation, ovulation, pregnancy, contraception, and sexually transmitted infections, STIs. For instance, understanding the menstrual cycle is not only crucial for recognizing fertility, but also for identifying potential health concerns such as irregular periods, which could signal underlying medical issues. Similarly, discussing male reproductive health, including issues of erectile dysfunction and prostate health, is equally important. Education should also cover contraception extensively. Misconceptions about contraceptive methods, their effectiveness, and side effects can lead to unintended pregnancies and greater incidence of STIs. A comprehensive understanding of different contraceptive options, from pills and intrauterine devices, IUDs, to condoms and sterilization, equips individuals with the knowledge they need to make informed choices about their reproductive health. Furthermore, it's critical to address topics such as emergency contraception and the importance of planning for pregnancy if someone is considering becoming a parent. Equally vital within this framework is the discussion of sexually transmitted infections. STIs pose significant risks to individual and public health. They can lead to serious reproductive health issues, including infertility, chronic pain, and even cancer. Arming individuals with accurate information aids in the prevention of STIs through safer sexual practices. This entails using protection, understanding transmission methods, and recognizing symptoms. Regular testing and open communication with partners about STIs should be encouraged, reducing stigma and promoting proactive health management. Beyond the biological aspects, the emotional dimensions of sex education deserve considerable attention. Sexuality is closely linked to emotional bonds, personal values, and social dynamics. Healthy relationships are predicated upon mutual respect, consent, trust, and communication. It is essential to cultivate an understanding of consent, not only the legal implications, but the ethical and moral dimensions. A thorough discussion on what constitutes consent, including the notion that it can be revoked and must be ongoing, is vital. This education must start early, promoting an understanding that consent is a mutual agreement that enhances the overall experience of intimacy. Understanding emotional intelligence in the realm of sexuality fosters healthier relationships. Many individuals enter sexual relationships with misconceptions or unaddressed emotional baggage, which can lead to dissatisfaction, conflict, and even abuse. Open conversations about feelings, desires, boundaries, and pressures can help individuals navigate their health and relationships more effectively. This emotional literacy is crucial, particularly for youth, as they encounter the complexities of relationships during formative years where peer influence and societal norms are particularly potent. Moreover, it is essential to acknowledge and create safe spaces for discussions about diverse sexual orientations and gender identities within sex education. Everyone deserves to have their identity validated and recognized, and an inclusive approach contributes to the well-being of LGBTQ+ individuals. Providing information about different sexual orientations and gender identities encourages understanding and acceptance among peers, reducing instances of bullying and discrimination. From a medical perspective, it is also important to discuss the unique health needs and challenges faced by LGBTQ+ individuals, including access to care, mental health resources, and preventative health measures. Cultural factors and societal norms play a significant role in shaping notions of sexuality and education. Different societies have varying degrees of acceptance regarding discussions around sex, which influences how individuals engage with their sexual health. In some cultures, talking about sex is taboo, leading to misinformation or a complete lack of education. Conversely, societies that promote open dialogues about sex and provide comprehensive education empower individuals to make informed choices. Cultivating a culture that supports effective communication about sexual health is intrinsic to improving public health outcomes. Access to sex education is still a contentious issue in many regions. Some areas provide little to no education, while others offer outdated or fear-based approaches that prioritize abstinence rather than informed choice. It is crucial to advocate for policies that promote comprehensive sex education as part of public health initiatives. Evidence shows that comprehensive sex education leads to healthier outcomes. It reduces rates of STIs and unintended pregnancies, and it fosters healthier relationships through informed decision-making. Continuing with this theme, parental involvement and support in sex education cannot be overstated. Parents play a pivotal role in conveying messages about sexuality, often acting as a child's first educator. Research indicates that when parents engage in discussions about sexual health, children are more likely to adopt positive behavioral practices. Encouraging families to have open conversations about sex and relationships at home enriches the education children receive in schools and promotes a cohesive understanding of sexual health. Technology's rise has transformed the way young people access information about sex. While the internet can be a valuable resource for information, it also presents risks, allowing for exposure to misinformation, unrealistic portrayals of relationships, and the normalization of harmful stereotypes. Therefore, teaching young people how to critically assess online content and differentiate between credible information and myths is essential. This digital literacy should be integral to any educational program, providing youth with the skills necessary to navigate these complex terrains effectively. Furthermore, addressing misconceptions and stigma surrounding sexual health, particularly for marginalized communities, remains a central focus of sex education. The conversations surrounding race, identity, and access to healthcare must be intertwined with sexual education to create an equitable foundation for all individuals. Awareness of disparities in access to reproductive health services, contraceptives, and STI testing, particularly among lower socioeconomic groups and ethnic minorities, must be highlighted to advocate for equitable resource distribution and support. Emphasizing prevention strategies, including regular health checkups, vaccinations, such as the HPV vaccine, and open lines of communication with healthcare providers, establishes a proactive approach to sexual health. Making medical resources accessible, affordable, and culturally competent ensures that all individuals, regardless of background or identity, can seek the care they need without fear of judgment or discrimination. Moreover, sex education must not cease after childhood or adolescence. Lifelong learning about sexual health is necessary to accommodate changing circumstances, such as entering new relationships, aging, or shifts in one's identity. Adults often find themselves needing this information as they navigate life transitions, emphasizing that sex education must be a continual process rather than a finite course confined to youth. In conclusion, comprehensive sex education from a medical perspective is not solely about teaching the mechanics of sex. It is about fostering a holistic understanding of human sexuality that encompasses health, emotional well-being, respect, and inclusivity. By addressing biological, emotional, social, cultural, and technological facets of sexuality, we lay the groundwork for healthier individuals and relationships. It is imperative for societies to advocate for policies that support comprehensive sex education and to create environments where open discussions are encouraged. When individuals are equipped with the knowledge and resources to navigate their sexual health, they are empowered to make informed decisions that can lead to healthier outcomes for themselves and their communities.
Sex education is a multifaceted subject that occupies a space in both secular and religious discourse. Understanding how different religious perspectives approach the topic of sex education is crucial for fostering awareness and respect for diverse beliefs in an increasingly interconnected world. In many religious traditions, sex is often viewed through a moral and ethical lens, which impacts how followers understand the concept of sexuality. The tension between traditional values and modern sexual norms frequently emerges, challenging religious teachings and requiring careful navigation of doctrine, cultural expectations, and scientific understanding. Therefore, It is essential to explore how various faiths interpret sex education and the implications this has for individuals and society. Within Christianity, attitudes towards sex education vary significantly among denominations, yet many share a common belief in the sanctity of marriage and the importance of procreation. Conservative denominations often emphasize abstinence until marriage, prioritizing moral instruction over comprehensive sexual education. This perspective emphasizes the belief that sexual relations are to be reserved for the marital union, promoting a narrow understanding of sexual health that can overlook the importance of consent, pleasure, and emotional well-being. However, there are also progressive Christian groups that advocate for a broader understanding of sex education. They recognize the necessity of teaching young people about healthy relationships, consent, and the physiological aspects of human sexuality. This approach seeks to find a balance between maintaining traditional values and addressing the realities young people face today. By incorporating theological insights into discussions about sexuality, these groups aim to equip individuals with the knowledge and skills necessary to navigate their sexual lives responsibly. In Islam, sex education also carries significant weight, often intertwined with discussions about morality, respect, and personal responsibility. Traditional Islamic teachings uphold that sexual intimacy is a gift from Allah, meant to be enjoyed within the confines of marriage. The Quran and Hadith provide guidance on sexual ethics, emphasizing the significance of consent and mutual satisfaction within marital relations. However, the approach to sex education among Muslims can vary greatly based on cultural contexts and interpretations of religious texts. Many Muslim communities emphasize the importance of premarital education, focusing on the responsibilities and rights of both partners within marriage. Comprehensive sex education is sometimes approached cautiously, with a focus on preventing extramarital sexual activities and promoting values of modesty and chastity. Yet, there is a growing acknowledgement within some Islamic circles of the importance of informing young people about their bodies, consent, and sexual health, all while remaining aligned with religious principles. Judaism offers another unique perspective on sex education, marked by a blend of religious law and cultural practice. In Jewish teachings, there is a recognition of the positive aspects of sexual expression, particularly within the context of marriage. The Talmud contains discussions regarding sexual ethics and relationships, highlighting the value of intimacy and the importance of mutual fulfillment between partners. Many Jewish educators advocate for honest discussions about sexuality, recognizing that ignorance can lead to harmful behavior and misconceptions. The approach to sex education in Judaism encourages discussions about consent, respect, and the sacredness of the marital relationship. However, like Christianity and Islam, there exists a spectrum of beliefs within the Jewish community. More conservative factions may emphasize abstinence or traditional roles within marriage, while progressive movements are often more open to addressing contemporary sexual issues, promoting a holistic understanding of human sexuality that includes emotional, physical, and spiritual dimensions. Buddhism, in contrast, offers a distinctly non-theistic approach to sex education, focusing on mindfulness, ethical conduct, and the nature of desire. Buddhist teachings encourage practitioners to understand the nature of craving and attachment, which can play a significant role in sexual relationships. While celibacy is viewed as a noble path for some, most Buddhist traditions recognize that the householder life, which includes sexual relationships, is also a valid spiritual path. Sex education from a Buddhist perspective often emphasizes the importance of awareness and compassion in all aspects of life, including sexual relationships. Practitioners are encouraged to cultivate a deep understanding of themselves and their partners, fostering relationships grounded in mutual respect and kindness. This approach invites individuals to explore sexual ethics through the lens of their personal experiences and the impact of their actions on the well-being of others, rather than merely adhering to imposed rules. Hinduism presents yet another perspective on sex education, recognizing that sexuality is an integral part of human experience. The Vedas and other scriptures acknowledge the importance of sexual expression and procreation, but they also encourage balance and moderation. The Kama Sutra, often misunderstood as merely a manual for sexual positions, encompasses a broader understanding of love, desire, and the pursuit of pleasure in a healthy and respectful manner. Sex education within Hindu communities often addresses the concept of dharma, or duty, emphasizing the significance of relationships and familial responsibilities while acknowledging the complexities of human sexuality. The integration of sexual knowledge with ethical living is seen as a way to honor both individual desires and societal norms. In contemporary times, there is an emerging discourse in some Hindu circles that seeks to bridge traditional teachings with contemporary understandings, emphasizing consent, sexual health, and education. Interfaith dialogues have become increasingly important as individuals and communities seek to understand different religious perspectives on sex education. These conversations pose both challenges and opportunities for greater awareness and collaboration among diverse faith communities. Engaging in respectful dialogue allows for the exploration of common values surrounding family, relationships, and ethical behavior, while also recognizing the differences in beliefs and practices. One aspect that intersecting faiths can agree upon is the necessity of education. In a world where sexual health misinformation is rampant, providing accurate information about reproductive systems, consent, safe practices, and emotional aspects of sexual relationships is crucial for young people. Many religious and secular organizations are beginning to recognize the importance of comprehensive sex education as a tool for empowerment, equipping individuals with the knowledge to make informed decisions. Moreover, increased knowledge can have broader societal implications, contributing to healthier relationships and reducing rates of diseases and unintended pregnancies. When religious communities communicate openly about sexuality and endorse accurate information, they can help dismantle harmful myths and stigma. This shift can lead to more positive sexual health outcomes and better overall well-being within their communities. It is essential to navigate discussions around sex education sensitively, particularly given the deeply held beliefs and values that surround the subject. Respecting diverse perspectives while advocating for comprehensive education can be a delicate balancing act. One approach is to focus on shared values, such as the emphasis on responsibility and respect within relationships, while also recognizing the unique teachings that each faith tradition provides. Parental involvement is also critical in shaping young people's understanding of sex education, regardless of religious background. Parents often play a primary role in communicating values and beliefs around sexuality, and their engagement can influence how children perceive and navigate relationships. Therefore, fostering open lines of communication within families is essential for promoting healthy sexual development and awareness. To equip parents, religious leaders, and educators, it can be helpful to provide resources and support that honor their specific religious contexts, while also addressing contemporary needs. Workshops and forums that focus on integrating faith-based values with current understandings of human sexuality can foster meaningful discussions and create a safe space for individuals to voice their concerns and questions. It is also important to acknowledge and address the challenges faced in integrating religious beliefs with sex education. Some individuals may feel caught between traditional teachings and modern realities, leading to confusion and internal conflict. Within this context, faith communities have a unique opportunity to offer support, guidance, and understanding to those struggling with these issues. Creating a culture of openness allows individuals to seek help without fear of judgment, promoting healthy discussions around sexuality and relationships. Counseling services, educational programs, and support groups within religious institutions can provide crucial resources for those navigating the complexities of their sexual lives while striving to uphold their faith. In conclusion, sex education and awareness are important topics that benefit from exploration through various religious perspectives. Rather than viewing these teachings as static or fixed, it is vital to recognize the dynamic interplay between tradition and contemporary understanding. Engaging with this subject in a nuanced and respectful manner can facilitate dialogue that empowers individuals and communities to form healthy relationships grounded in mutual respect and understanding. As society continues to evolve, bridging the gap between religious teachings and comprehensive sexual education can lead to greater awareness, acceptance, and ultimately a more informed and compassionate approach to sexuality.